Good. Good.
Respected Honorable Administrator Government of India, Dr. Harshvardhan Saab, respected MD and CEO, Punjab National Bank, Sri Mallikarjun Rao Saab, respected Executive Director, Punjab National Bank, Dr. Yaduvamshi, my colleagues, and other dignitaries present here. Today, as a part of our CSR, All India CSR program, we are here to get our All India CSR activity on COVID inaugurated by our Honorable Health Minister. He has been kind enough to give us time. Dr. Harshvardhan doesn't need any introductions as such, but yes, for the benefit of our field who have gathered here from all over the country, let me briefly introduce him to the House. Dr. Harshvardhan is basically from Delhi and he does his schooling from Happy School, Daryaganj, and he also does his MS from GSB Memorial, subsequently in 1983. His political career starts with his entry in Delhi Assembly in 1993, and subsequently he has also represented Delhi Assembly 1998, 2003, 2008 and 2013. Then he comes to Lok Sabha 2014, becomes a minister. In 2019 also he fights elections and wins with a massive margin from Chandni Chowk, Delhi 2019. And very recently he becomes the chairperson of Executive Board of World Health Organizations. That was on 22nd May 2020. So, sir, we are extremely thankful and grateful to you for your kind gesture, for having agreed for the inauguration of our All India program on COVID. So before taking much time, I will request our MD and CEO to first honor Honorable Minister, that then he can come with his welcome address.
Good morning to all of you. Honorable Minister for Health and Family Welfare, Dr. Harshvardhan Saab, my colleagues from Punjab National Bank, who have also joined through the VC from various locations across the country, various dignitaries from the ministry. It is a privilege for Punjab National Bank to participate in this symbolic meeting to signify the commitment of Punjab National Bank in the CSR activities. More importantly, the impact of COVID in the country has been very high, which was unprecedented. Even it would have been very difficult for anyone to calculate the impact, how it would have been played out across the country. On our part, as a second largest public sector bank in the country, PNB has been implementing the schemes of the Government of India which have come because of the COVID, whether we call it as an emergency credit to MSMEs or even subordinate debt recently declared by Government of India for providing support to stressed MSME assets, and also to other various partial guarantee schemes under the government declared schemes. We have been implementing very aggressively. While we are seeing the challenges in implementation, but entire team Punjab National Bank is highly committed in reaching out to the destination. You are all aware that since the first lockdown was declared under Pradhan Mantri Jan Kalyan Yojana, various initiatives have been taken by Government of India. Majority of them have been implemented through banks in the country, and PNB has been in forefront in extending their help to all the customers of the bank. Even if you look at the composition of our country, where out of 739 districts, Punjab National Bank has presence in 662 districts. Symbolically today, we are distributing the kits related to COVID in the district collectorate in all the 662 districts in the month of July as on today, and we would like to continue this in next couple of months as well, as a matter of a simple service of commitment for the under the corporate social responsibility. There are various measures which the bank is also taking under the guidance of Government of India. The sole objective is to see that the revival of economy happens immediately. While nobody can predict how the impact will be there, but at least we can work very hard to see that the stress which is created in the economy is at least eased out as much as possible. There are many stakeholders, central government, state governments, Reserve Bank of India, various public sector banks, various other banks, and even the financial institutions. They are all stakeholders who are committed for looking at the economy of our country. We also, on behalf of Punjab National Bank, assure the government that we will work very hard on those lines. For accepting to our request to inaugurate today's our initiative, it is a very small contribution from PNB. However, Minister Ji has really accepted to grace the occasion today. On behalf of Punjab National Bank, we are very much thankful to him for providing a wonderful opportunity for us to associate ourselves with the government in this regard, particularly under the trying circumstances. And with this brief welcome address, I would like to once again reiterate the commitment of Punjab National Bank for betterment of our economy. Thank you very much, sir. These are only symbolic ones, sir, but across it, sanitizer and then mask. These represent symbolically here we show. Otherwise, across the country,
Now I will request the Honorable Minister to kindly enlighten us.
Good morning, all of you, the senior dignitaries who are present here and who are connected to us from all parts of the country. Here in this room, I have the esteemed presence of Shri S.S. Mallikarjuna Rao ji, who is the MD and the CEO of the Punjab National Bank. Also, we have the presence of Dr. R.K. Yaduvanshi ji, who is the Executive Director of the Punjab National Bank. Shri Bikash Narayan Mishra ji is conducting the program. He is the Chief General Manager of the Punjab National Bank. Shri Subhash Chandra ji, also the AGM of Punjab National Bank, is with us. Shri A.K. Tiwari ji and all other distinguished people who are connected. I know very senior people must have been connected. I can see some on my screen from various locations all over India. So it's a great privileged moment for me to be associated with such a blessed function of Punjab National Bank, because this is not a routine function, because it gives inspiration to others also within the government sector as well as the private sector to do good work for the society. I know Punjab National Bank is doing it as a part of its CSR responsibility, but take up an initiative on a scale like this, where you are trying to help people all across the country to fight COVID, that too in over 660 districts of the country. So I have to express my grateful thanks to Punjab National Bank and its officials, more particularly on behalf of the Health Ministry, because the cause for which you have dedicated the CSR activities is basically related to alleviation of the sufferings of the people related to a very pertinent issue today, and that is COVID-19, which not only India but the whole world and people all across the whole globe are fighting this pandemic for almost over 6 months now. It's very unusual in the history of the nation and the whole world that everybody all across the world is just busy in one thing, is to protect and save its people from the devastating ill effects of a small tiny virus COVID-19, known to the layman as coronavirus. Punjab National Bank has a very distinguished history. It has already, although the bank completes 125 years, but the concept of the bank was born 126 years back on 12th April in 1894. And then, as far as I know, next year itself the first branch was initiated, and today it is probably maybe amongst the top 2 banks in the whole country. A bank with 118 million customers, whatever I could gather as information about the bank, with over 10,910 branches. And now when 2 other banks, the United Bank of India and the Oriental Bank of Commerce, have merged into this, it has over 13,000 plus ATMs all across the country. It is not only serving people in India in a big way, it is serving people in UK, it is serving people in Hong Kong, it is serving people in Kowloon, Dubai, and then of course Kazakhstan, UAE, Shanghai in China, Sydney in Australia, and then it has collaboration with banks where it has a major share in Bhutan as well as Nepal. So it's not a routine bank located in a couple of locations in the country. It has an international spectrum and also a very pious history with the involvement of the great freedom fighter Lala Lajpat Rai ji, our most revered leader of the freedom movement, and Shri Dayal Singh Majithia ji and many others who were instrumental and who were associated in the birth of the bank and also its management for number of years. Among the great dignitaries of this country, our first Prime Minister Shri Jawaharlal Nehru, father of the nation Mahatma Gandhi, our revered Lal Bahadur Shastri ji, another son of the soil, and also former Prime Minister Shrimati Indira Gandhi, and the committee of Jallianwala Bagh, something which this country can never forget, and we always remember the people who lost their lives in that massacre. They are all some of the important names who had their association with this bank, who had their accounts in this bank. The bank has been serving humanity with the utmost commitment, sincerity, with a sense of purpose, and with extreme good quality focus on customer care. Today the country is passing through very difficult times, as the whole world is also. For the information of those who are connected with the program, you may like to recall that India is amongst the first country in the whole world where we had responded to the news of a new coronavirus having entered this world through China. That information was received by the whole world officially on 7th of January through the World Health Organization. And here in this ministry, we had organized our first meeting of the group of experts with even representatives from international organizations within less than 24 hours of that information on 8th of January, almost 6 months back. And in that meeting itself, there was no case in the country. Nobody had entered India with an infection. But anticipating with our past experience, you all know that India has in the past also faced so many difficult situations. We have already eradicated diseases like smallpox and poliomyelitis from the country. We have fought against many other viruses in the past, starting from the AIDS virus in the 80s to the swine flu or Ebola or Zika and Nipah virus in the recent past. We have fought them very successfully. We had not allowed Ebola to enter India in 2014, and last 2 years, last year itself, we did not allow the Nipah virus to come out of Kerala. So with that experience and anticipating that things that could actually happen in the future, our ministry had drafted detailed action plan, detailed advisories for the whole country, and within the next 7 to 10 days we had shared all those details with all the states, all the health departments of the whole country. We had started very active community surveillance. We had started the point of entry surveillance. Our first case had come to India on 30th of January, and immediately after that the Prime Minister had formed a group of ministers headed by the Health Minister. Until now we have almost had 1.5 dozen meetings of the group. Our Prime Minister from the day one has been monitoring the whole situation very meticulously, and throughout we have adopted a very proactive and graded response. We have had preemptive strategies. We could apprehend the future troubles, and accordingly you have seen that the country went into the lockdown phase. It was a bold decision on the part of the Prime Minister, and to make the country remain prepared for the lockdown, there was that unique innovative experiment of a Janata curfew by the Prime Minister, which was again very successful. We saw lockdown 1, we saw 2, we saw 3, we saw 4, and now we are into unlock 1, and then ultimately today we are into unlock 2. And we have seen in a vast country like India with over 1.35 billion people, and with so many difficulties that we encountered during the past 6 months, whether it was related to Tablighi incident or whether it was related to the migrant workers, whether it was related to ultimately shifting the migrant workers back, and not only a few couple of thousands but millions of migrant workers had to be shifted back to their native places. All these bold decisions were taken, they were all implemented. There was a huge setback to economy, but we have all seen that the Prime Minister took very bold decisions even to ensure that we try to revive the economy, we take care of the shock that the country has received due to the setback on the economic front. And today I was very happy to hear Mr. Mallikarjuna when he said that the public sector banks, the private sector banks, the public sector undertakings and all other various stakeholders like Reserve Bank of India, etc., they are all taking care of ensuring that India, with its vast human resource and its vast experience and its vast potential, under the leadership of our Prime Minister, is able to bring back the economy on the right track and take it forward. And we can see that the fruits have started appearing. Prime Minister had taken bold decisions. We know about the Garib Kalyan packages, we know about the 20 lakh crore economic packages, which took almost 7 days for the Finance Minister to describe them to the whole country. So a lot of things have happened on the various fronts, and the banking sector now has a very great role to play, because those who have suffered, they would certainly need help from the banking sector, and then that help has to be forthcoming in the simplest manner, without any difficulty, without any bottleneck. There has to be a people-friendly approach. The Jan Dhan Yojana, which was announced by the Prime Minister on 15th of August 2014, I think a couple of months after having taken over as the Prime Minister of this country, we saw it was a huge support of the banking sector that today we can proudly say is over almost like 40 crore people in this country have their bank accounts opened. Virtually everybody in this country has access to banking services. All money by the click of a button is directly transferred into the bank accounts of these poor people. And I fondly remember that on 26th of January 2015, India's name had gone into the Guinness Book of World Record because of the fastest delivery of services through the bank and its officials and its employees, when they ensured that the majority of Indians had their bank accounts. So the point that I want to make is that banking sector is so important, and for carrying out and implementing the progressive schemes and the visionary schemes of our Prime Minister, he banks a lot on the support of the banking sector. And today, when in this COVID pandemic, you have taken over your shoulders the responsibility of providing these masks and the sanitizers free to the people of India in almost all the districts. I think this is certainly a step which should be hugely welcomed by everyone. And as I said earlier, I wish to thank you to all your employees, and through your employees to all your customers, I wish to once again reiterate as Health Minister of India that there is no rocket science involved in preventing the disease from entering your body. If you take care of the basic precautions which have been emphasized and reiterated and talked by the Prime Minister also on so many occasions by now, it's only about wearing this mask all the time, and it's about keeping a safe distance from others, and that's about 1 to 2 meters. You call it a social distance or a physical distance. And then just to, otherwise also we Indians are used to following all these precautions about hygiene and all. Our father of the nation used to say that it is keeping cleanliness is next to godliness, and the sanitation movement that was launched on the birthday of the father of the nation in 2014, it has yielded rich dividends, at least in the health sector, I can say. Because of those sanitation activities, a lot of parameters have improved in this country. It is not the function to elaborate upon them. So I have been emphasizing that the whole country, with its scientists, researchers, doctors, ICMR people, CSIR people, biotechnology people, DST people, we are all working hard to develop the vaccine against COVID. We are all working hard to discover a new drug. We are all working hard to repurpose the already existing drugs for the cure against COVID. But till that is achieved, till that success story we can see, the social vaccine that is available to us, and it's very simple: mask, social distance, hand hygiene and respiratory etiquettes. Only these 4 things. So you are going to help people with the masks and of course the sanitizers. Sanitizers may be relevant in situations where you don't have a running tap water or a soap. But for the majority of Indians, I would say if you have a running water and a soap, then there is nothing better than washing your hands with water and soap. You don't have to look for sanitizers. But of course, for ensuring that the surfaces that you touch, that you use, and then of course in places where you may not be able to wash your hands with water and soap, there comes the role of the sanitizers also. So your endeavor today from the Punjab National Bank is going to help the country in a big way. I am very hopeful that the way things are moving, you may see every day that there are a number of cases appearing, but 90% of the number one, I would say that 90% of these cases are in just about 8-9 states, in a couple of cities. We still, in a country of 1.35 billion people, have the highest recovery rate, it's about 63% right now, and the lowest fatality rate. It has come down to almost 2.45 today morning. So you remember that we started with a recovery rate of 7, 8, 9% at our 4 o'clock press conferences. Today we talk of 63%, and our fatality rate is, and in majority of the states it is lesser than this 2.45. We started with 1 lab in this country. Most of the people in this country may not be knowing that till almost 2013 or so, the testing of these viruses, especially the respiratory viruses, all these swabs used to be sent to America, to the Center for Disease Control in America for testing. And now in 2020, when we are faced with this COVID, again a respiratory virus affecting mainly the respiratory system, we started with one lab in the month of February, and today we have almost 1,268 laboratories in the country. 97% of the country, within 3 hours from the place where you are residing, you can get a lab. We have all sorts of tests being done, and we are almost testing over 3 lakh people in a day, and we intend to go up to 1 million tests per day in the next 10 to 12 weeks or so. So we have ourselves seen the huge capacity and the capability and the potential of India. All these N95 masks and PPEs and things like that, ventilators, we used to import. But today we have come in a position where we have been able to promote, help, handhold the indigenous manufacturers. We are producing almost 5 lakh PPE kits a day. We have the capacity to, if we wish, we can even export. So it's all thanks to India, which has stood like a nation. Every sector, every part of the community has risen to the occasion. They have done their duties, and I would like to use this occasion to especially thank the Corona warriors, all our doctors, the nurses, the other paramedical staff and the hospital staff, and those who work in the field, whether it is the policemen or the paramilitary forces or the journalists. Everybody has responded to the situation. Yesterday itself, I was in a program where policemen who got infected. In Delhi itself, over 2,500 odd policemen got infected with corona, and now they are leading the movement to donate their plasma to help in saving the lives of the others. So everybody is trying to do his or her bit in whatever best possible manner they can, and that is why I see that Punjab National Bank has also risen to the occasion. Thanks all of you on behalf of the Health Ministry and our Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji, who has been guiding us and blessing us and also leading and monitoring from the front. Namaskar, Jai Hind.
I would like to inform the House that way back in 1994, when Minister Saab was the State Minister of Health in Delhi, he oversees the successful implementation of a pilot project of a pulse polio program for I think some 1 million people were mass immunization program was carried out, and subsequently that model was extended to the entire country, and he was one of the pioneers there. So sir, under your leadership and the leadership of Honorable Prime Minister, we are very hopeful that we will soon come out of this COVID crisis. And sir, as you know, Punjab National Bank, you are very much familiar with our history and legacy. We have been associated with nation building for the last 125 years. And I remember one of the functions we had in Chandni Chowk when Dr. Yadunsi was my zonal manager. I was circular in Delhi. We invited you and you came there, and I cannot forget your modesty. When you started from the house, you rang me, Mr. Minister, where is your branch? Is it near the Gurdwara? Then he comes and I said, sir, you have to take I am standing there and you have to take a U-turn. Then he gets down from the car, why should I take a U-turn? Let me walk down, we'll cross the road. So just like that, he became so modest person, I think we have never seen, never come across. So we agreed for our program. Sir, if you want to interact with any of our field functionaries, we can interact, and after that, the other programs will follow.
Okay. They are all headed by either general manager or chief general manager.
Okay.
Across the country, controlling all the 11,000 branches roughly what we are. So some of them we are hooked here, more importantly from metros. Around 8 zones are hooked here through the BC. Whereas the distribution will take place across all the 662 districts today. We will continue for 2 more months. We are spending more than 1 crore for this activity, and we will not hesitate to spend even more than that if it is required.
Respected Honorable Health Minister Dr. Harshvardhan and my respected MD sir, SS Mullikan Rao ji, and AD sir, Yadvaji. Sir, in this chain we are also conducting one ASAP program with Red Cross Society. We have with us Madam Rajiv Kumar. Sir, we are also distributing sanitizer and other items to the Red Cross Society, sir.
Okay, good.
So, please with us. Thank you. Sir, in addition to this, sir, we are also distributing take of 2 lakhs rupees Red Cross Society for COVID relief, sir. COVID relief fund, sir.
Yeah, okay, Mr. Jain, thank you.
To mark our 125 years functioning, last year we came with a coffee table book which depicts the bank's journey for the last 125 years. I request our MD sir to validate. Executive Director Dr. Yadughansee to the vote of thanks.
Namaskar, sir. As I think MD sir has briefed and you also mentioned that as far as since the COVID started, we have been doing some activities off and on in different places. But this is the small beginning which we are doing across the country. Because as MD sir already said that all the 662 districts where we have our presence, along with district authorities and NGOs, we are doing in this today, and we plan to continue for another 2 months. So this is the like in an organized way, in a single day, all over the country. That's what we are doing today, sir. And we are really thankful for your presence, sir, and taking out time for encouraging the field, Punjab National Bank, especially us and all the people who are in the field, who will be encouraged to do more to fight COVID in the country. And I know it's a very small contribution. The fight is much bigger, and the whole country is involved in this. And another thing is, sir, we are sure that under your able leadership and with the guidance of the Prime Minister, we will be able to fight this successfully in the coming days. And all these steps the government is taking, and we are just part of it, and we support all the activities, sir. And at this moment, we also thank all the dignitaries, ministry officials who have made this possible, who made available the conference room and all the infrastructure so that we can arrange this function. And through digital media, and all the media people also who came here for covering this function. Sir, not to take much of your time, we assure that in the coming days also we will continue to do so, and all the activities which are required, which the government has come out with different schemes you mentioned and MD sir mentioned, and even along with DFS they have also been monitoring. We remain committed for revival of economy by participating in all these schemes wholeheartedly and taking care that all the people who are having business or individuals, we are able to help them to come out of this crisis, sir. We are really thankful, grateful to you, sir, for providing this opportunity to us. Thank you, sir.